Hi, Trevor here, reflecting on life through music. Thank you for stopping by. Well, coming again today, you're very, very welcome. How great to see everybody here. Well, I trust you enjoyed my last video on ABC, and through this song, The Look of Love, we looked at, love, what it actually is, and is it patience and kindness? And if it is, let's get that in there at the start of a relationship. Let love do its thing. So trust you found that one encouraging. We're going there to London in 1985. We got Jimmy Somerville. Now, Jimmy was part of a band called the Bronski Beat, and he was noticed by Richard Coles, who was a classically trained multi-instrumentalist, and he was quite taken with Jimmy's falsetto voice, because Jimmy's got an amazing falsetto voice. He can really, really get up there big time, and because of that, they had a couple of massive hits, these guys. And so in 1985, they started off with their first UK top 30 hit, You Are My World, and nothing better to say to somebody like, hey, you, my world, I'm building my world around you. I want to live my life with you. Just an absolutely beautiful song, that one. It's got in the top 30, so we've got a live version of that one before. But the world changed for these guys in 1986 with Don't Leave Me This Way. Now, if you want to hear how good Jimmy's voice is, you just don't. This song just really, really is quite superb in many ways. This song went 4 weeks at number one. In that 1986, it was the UK's biggest selling single. In fact, it was so big that it got in the US top 40. I do remember down in Australia here, it was pretty big as well. Now, we do have an official and live version below. The live version's from 2019, so it's a little bit after 1986. Jimmy still got it. And it's always good to actually see a real live version of a song, absolutely. Don't Leave Me This Way. Well, we know what it's about, don't we? It's leaving, and this way. It's all about, hey, I'm really, really invested in with you. You are my world. I was putting my world around you, absolutely, and now you're just leaving. We seem to be having a bit of a flow with videos of late. Last time we looked at The Look of Love and the concept of love, letting love do its thing, being patient and kind with each other. Well, patience and kindness really does extend to the other side. Now, if it is that you really, it's just not working, well, it's not working, right? But think about the emotional investment that each of you have had in this relationship. Think about the moments you spent together, intimate moments, holding hands, walking on the beach. And in those particular moments, you never thought that things would ever end right. You think things would this is just really, really great. But it has come to an end in this song, and he's just really, really quite distraught that things would end this way. Maybe this way is it's actually not patient and kind at all. It's actually got quite nasty, and he just doesn't want to be left with this feeling. Now, obviously, if things aren't good, and maybe both people haven't, done things they could have done, but when a relationship ends, it's horrible and it's yucky, isn't it? You kind of think, wow, I never thought I would be this way again. Life is just so beautiful and rosy, and now all of a sudden it's not. Of course, the better thing to do is just never to get to this place in the first place, right? But, just have communication open and transparent and honest all the way through, so we don't get to the don't leave me this way moment. Now, it strikes me that this way is not good. We don't want to be this way. We want to be anything but this way. But there are many people even today that are facing this way, perhaps again or after a long period of time, and it's just not a nice feeling to have. And in those particular moments, who we are as a person needs to stand up. Our spirituality, if we have one, or we all have a spirituality, I think, but the essence of who we are needs to stand up to keep us going, doesn't it? Because we're not only dealing with the I suppose the fact that something's finished, But we also need to deal with the fact that life continues. It's the dual process approach. We're dealing with stuff while we're moving on at the same time. We can't just pretend like moving on doesn't happen, because it does. We might need to go to work the next day and all the rest of it. So don't leave me this way. Well, what's the best way? The best way to not be this way is to communicate and be open and transparent with each other, and to celebrate the fact that all the future is just moments shared together and making the most of them. And so we've got an official and live version of that one. 1986, we also had So Cold the Night. This is always about expectation, anticipation that one day the night's not going to be so cold. I'm going to be able to share intimate moments with you. Of course, intimacy is all about expectation and anticipation, isn't it? We want that person. We want to be with that person. We want to see them in all of their absolute stunning beauty, don't we? So Cold the Night. Looking forward to the time when it won't be quite so cold. Official clip on that one. Never Can Say Goodbye, classic remake, 1987. We've got a live version of that one, absolutely live here. There's a lot of people on stage here. We've got brass, we've got strings, we've got all sorts of things going on. So it's good to see that, a live version of these guys, absolutely. They just had two albums, one Communards 1986 and then Red came out in 1987. Both those albums, by the way, got into the top 10 in the UK and both achieved platinum status. So in the scheme of things, these guys actually hit the world running in just a very, very short time that these two were together. In fact, Richard went off to become a minister, a priest, after retiring in 2022. So there we go. He kind of thought, well, maybe I'll go off and do something else. Jimmy continued to do a bit of singing and the stuff that he just does so well. They also had 2 live albums, 4 compilation albums and 9 singles. And so they well and truly contributed to this world of music. And it's good to see songs make a bit of a comeback, come back, and to be as massive as the Communards absolutely made them. So they well and truly have contributed to this legacy of a thing called music. So the links to those 5 clips are in the description below, and I've included my last video from ABC. If you want to recap on them, feel free. Well, if this is your first time to Life Reflections for Music, or you've come back for another one, how great to see everybody here. Well, that's it for today. Well, given that Jimmy was from Bronski Beat, and given that you haven't done these guys yet, that's where we're heading next time. So until then, I'll catch you around. Bye for now.